What's happening, people? Welcome back to another episode of Red Divided. Myself, Tommy.
You got Ade here.
You got myself, Ham, still top of the table. See, that was a bit lower because it's getting a bit. They might not even hear it when they watch it. There was no bass. There was no bass in there. It's just still there, still on the table.
Things are getting tense now, boy. That
Squeaky bum time.
that Wednesday game, should be a good one, man. Good spectacle for
everyone, neutrals, us,
neutrals,
City, everyone, bro. That's our biggest game in probably since the Europa League final that we lost to Chelsea. It's our biggest game since then, and that was maybe 4 years ago or something. So it's our biggest game since then, bro.
Cool. Firstly, people, thanks for listening as always. If you can please subscribe to our YouTube channel, comment, share with friends and family, all the good stuff. And then we'll keep providing every week. Where should we start this week, man? Where should we start? How you guys got cheated? We're gonna start with our boy Marcus. That boy's on fire, boy. He's on. They need to test that way.
They shouldn't test it. We'll find a way it is.
To be fair, let's start with Arsenal because we can just off the back of that we can go into the shocking decisions over the weekend, like VAR and ref. So I was out. Obviously, you guys was at Mines yesterday, innit? So, but before you got there, Ham, we was watching the game at Mines. I was basically telling our friend, like, okay, cool. I know what Arsenal's like. First 10-15 minutes, it's as if like they get charged in like the changing room. And as soon as they get on the pitch, they just release. They just come out of the trap straight. So you just have to contain them. So I was like, they just got to find a way to contain them for the first 10-15 minutes, which they did. And then they started to have a bit. They was lumping the ball to like Tony. He's keeping it. He was winning everything. Every duel, he was winning it. And they had good chances in the first half. 2 to 3 good chances. They should have scored in the first half. But they didn't, obviously. And I knew exactly the same thing was going to happen in the second half. They've got to try and contain you again for the first 10-15 minutes again. You guys made that sub. And, Trossard scored. And that's why you make those signings in January, really. Because, like, the legs are going to get tired and you need more competition. People are going to get used to seeing their name on, like, the starting lineup every week. They're not going to push themselves as much as they should. As we spoke about Martinelli, his form has dipped a bit, and but now his eyes are open, innit? Like before, he looks on the bench and think, no, he's not going to bring anyone on for me anyway. But now, Trossard is there, hungry, and Trossard came on and he did what he's supposed to do. Just, I want to start starting games and put the ball in the back of the net. And then you guys scored. I thought, that's it. In my mind, I think that's it. You guys. You score at home, you're going to see it through. And it was like my son's birthday party, so I was going in and out of the room. And then, fortunately, I came in as, like, was it a free kick?
It was a free kick.
Yeah, they took a free kick. And then I saw the guy headed it or crossed it into Tony. And then I started jumping and celebrating. Then I walked out. So I didn't know anything that happened after that. I didn't know VAR was checked. I didn't know anything that happened after that. And I didn't even get the chance. Until when I came back in, Ade was like, "Oh, do you know that the checks were going off for time?" So I didn't even know what checks it was talking about. I was like, "No, I thought it was just like a straight goal. I didn't even think anything of it." And then I watched Match of the Day this morning, and I saw that the goal should have been offside. But like rivalry aside, that's ridiculous. That is just a rookie mistake. It's not even a rookie.
Draw the line,
bro. But this is like we're talking about at this level of football. That shit shouldn't be happening. This level of football, what is going to cost that teams money, whatever it is? One place is you being second or first, obviously, is money, is a trophy.
Of course.
Imagine now you go City beat you by a point or something like that. But that shit just shouldn't be happening, bro.
We'll get at the end of the season another apology.
Yeah, and that's what you're gonna get. An apology. I heard apparently Webber's already reached out to Arsenal and Brighton. I'm not too sure what happened to Brighton because I haven't had a chance to see it. but I've already reached out. I don't know what it's gonna say, but all
apologize, yo.
all they're gonna do is but like at this level of the game, it just shouldn't be happening. Like honestly, but when I saw it, I think, what the hell is going on? Like they got caught up with the first one, they forgot the second one. How do you even like? You might as well just move on to the second one rather than focusing on the first one and realize it's offside. But yeah, and I know obviously they managed to hold on. To be fair to them, obviously that aside, they played well. They played well. They deserved the draw, but obviously it shouldn't be. They shouldn't have got a goal. Error. Yeah, it shouldn't be because of an error. Yeah. So, what are your thoughts on it anyway?
I think the Premier League is arguably the most entertaining league. I don't get carried away and say it's the best league because I watch other leagues and I don't think technically it is the best league in it. I think it's the most entertaining league. But I've been saying it year in, year out, and we've got the worst refs. The worst refs. We got the worst representation of referees in our game. We created the game, but we got referees that don't know how to ref the game. And then you got the head of VAR was the VAR official at our game and getting it wrong. It's I don't like to go into like the Premiership's rigged and stuff like that. That's too deep for me, and I don't think it is, innit? I just think it's a travesty. I think it's shocking. I think it's scandalous. Whatever it is, innit? I just don't think that referees, are having to be held accountable for their actions, innit? Like, there's no reason why my manager should have to come out at the end and he should be the one saying it's offside. Like, we know it's offside, innit? The referee or the VAR official, they should get interviewed after the game. Facts. 24 hours later, they have to stand in front of a camera as well and explain their decisions. It's ridiculous. Because if my centre-half goes to do a cock-up or something, I'm sure within 7 days he's going to be interviewed, right? Maybe after the game, or he's going to be interviewed during the week, whoever it is. They're going to ask him. And he has to answer for that. Same way if my manager takes a player off, brings someone on, and we lose a game because of the player that came on, they're going to ask him, why did you make that decision? So there has to be. And an apology just isn't good enough, because what is that? What is an apology? Apology is just putting a plaster over the fucking issue. Like, that's dead. That's dead. Them things there shouldn't be happening. Like Tom said, at the level that we're playing at, that shouldn't be happening. We can't be forgetting to draw lines. We can't be looking at first ones and saying that the second one, like, it's blood. Like, you see, if it's going on and then, like, as it's going on, cool. It looks like a goal and it's like a clear goal, innit? But we have VAR for a reason. VAR's not the problem. All these people that are screaming and saying, "I'll get rid of VAR." VAR's not the flipping problem. It's the dumb officials, that have to officiate the game. That's stupid. And they got the luxury of watching it on TV. Not the referees in the thick of things, innit? So the referees are shit anyway in our league, but they're doing the best they can, to the best of your ability. I've always said, if you're rubbish, you're rubbish. You can't be better than rubbish, okay? And I accept you for that. If you're rubbish at your job, you're rubbish at your job, innit? All you can do is just be rubbish. That's it.
Facts.
And whatnot. So if you're getting help now, if the person that's helping you is also rubbish, so the blind is leading the blind. It's ridiculous. And yes, you could say we dropped points yesterday and whatnot, and they could have scored after that. I'm not that type of fan that's saying, we dropped points because VAR. They could have scored after that. Yeah. But the point is, we will never know, innit? And we shouldn't have to know. We should know that, boom, they scored a goal, it's offside, let's play. It's 1-0, 20 minutes to go. We probably see the game out. May get a second. They may draw, but at least leave it up to like, fairness and leave it up to the game to decide what's going to happen, innit? Don't let us lose points because of an error. Like, the same thing happened at Old Trafford, and they come out and say, we're sorry, it wasn't a foul by Odegaard and Erikson. We lose the game 3-1. Martinelli scored, you go 1-0 up. Who knows? We might beat United at Old Trafford. Who knows? We won't know now. We lost 3 points. And whatnot. Who knows? You probably could have beaten Brentford yesterday. 1-0, cool. Didn't play great. Brentford played all right, but we'll see it out. We're going for a title. We're not going to win every game 3-0, 4-0. We're not going to blow Brentford off the park twice in the season like we did when we went to their place. But it's just shocking, man. It's just shocking. Like, aside from that, there's nothing really much you can say about the performance and whatnot. Yeah, it wasn't a great performance, but I'm not looking at my players saying they got to be great for 38 games in the season. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They're allowed to, if they lose to Everton, cool. Lose to Everton. We can draw at home to Newcastle, no problem. We draw at home to Brentford, it's going to happen. We're not going to win 38 games. When we went unbeaten, we didn't win 38 games. We won 26, we drew 12. We're going to draw football matches and whatnot. And there's people at like Twitter space and just other Arsenal fans and to all my friends that watch it, to watch the pod and whatnot, listen, and I'm not one of those people that's just mad, innit? That's crazy. But it's just that some of the stuff I've been seeing in my groups as well and like on Twitter, it's
going far already. It's going far.
Bro, it's like, come on, man. We're in a title race. We're in a title race. So the title race is going to go like that, and it's going to go like that, and it's going to go like that, and it's going to go like that.
It's not just your God-given right to just go and win.
It's
baffling sometimes.
Flipping it, like Saliba. Yes, he lost every area ball to Ivan Toney yesterday. He lost balls to Dominic Calvert-Lewin. He's fucking 21. It's his first season in the Premiership.
And because I think it was the last week or the week before that I was saying that's why you want a big squad. Like, if someone's not in form today, you replace them because it's not going to be for the whole season.
100%.
100%. Life doesn't work like that. They might have a cold, and because of that cold, they don't play well.
100%.
They didn't get enough sleep. it's life.
Well, it's football, isn't it? Everyone's just
Like, come on,
reactionary,
man.
so-
Like, come on. Okay, mine Odegaard. He's 24 as our captain. Where's my captain been for the past 2-3 weeks? Where was he 19 weeks before that? Like, relax. Okay, we're in the title race. We're top of the table. We're 3 points clear. If City beat us, they'll go top by goal difference. We'll still have a game in hand. Okay, no Arsenal fan thought 22 games in or 21 games in, we will be sitting at the top of the table with a Man City team that added a machine in Haaland to their team. Everyone thought the season was a finish. Man City going to win the league. Whoever finished top 4, great season to them lot and whatnot. We still have almost half a season to go. Just fucking relax, bro. We drew at home to Brentford. Brentford are a fucking good side. Brentford have not lost in 9 games. It's okay. We want to win every game we play. Yes, that's right. There's 11 players out there, 11 professional players that my players are playing against. It's not anybody's God-given right to go win a game of football because their name is Brentford.
I've said that so many
Thomas
times.
Frank is a fucking good manager. Brentford are a good team. Even Tony scored 14 league goals. He's a good striker. He's going to bully a lot of defenders.
He's a giant.
Come on, man. Like, relax. Bukayo Saka is an amazing player, yeah? He's going to have a dip in form this season as well. What we're not going to do is be like, oh my God, let's take him out of the team and put someone else. No, he's going to play through those problems.
I think you should take
No, play through that. Play through that. I'm not looking at Saliba and saying, yeah, take him out the firing line for Wednesday. No, play through that. Because I want him to be Arsenal centre-half for 10 seasons. So he's going to have to go through ups and downs. It's not, because we're going for the title, we shouldn't be dropping points at home. Who said that? When you guys are winning your leagues, when you guys were winning your leagues and you were winning 3 back-to-back, did you not lose games? Did you not draw games? Where we finish in May is all that matters. No one's going to remember that we drew to Brentford in February and there was a VAR goal that wasn't supposed to be a goal. If we win the league, just fucking chill out, bro. I was thinking about that the whole time when I was coming here. Like, just chill out, man. Flipping neck, man.
This is a safe space. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Let it all out.
Flipping neck, bro.
Well, things have changed now.
Yeah.
People expect to win every
Yeah.
single game.
Yeah.
Like, they'll say, oh, Nketiah now. Bro, when he was scoring goals, it wasn't an issue. Now it's an issue. Like,
Relax.
I was having
Relax.
that the Nketiah conversation yesterday as well, but I'm totally in agreement with everything Ham's saying. It's a title race. You don't win titles just by blowing everyone out. You know what I mean? Like,
Why would you want a title race to be easy anyway? Don't you want some adversity in it?
well, sometimes I
prefer
prefer
not
not to. But
No, yeah, you are. But don't you want, like, come on, like, some...
yeah,
like you worked for
Yeah.
you work for, but yeah, it's like fans. You know what fans are like, innit? Everyone just wants,
Flipping neck, bro.
like when you have places like Twitter, Instagram, everyone wants to put memes out there. Everyone wants to, they want to say
even
something
wait.
funny.
Don't even make
Yeah,
sense.
it don't make sense. It is a title race. It's gonna, like, I think you gotta understand that you guys are still top of the table with a game in hand, 3 points ahead of them, and they still got to play you twice. Even like, let's say they even beat you on Wednesday, which I don't think they're gonna do. We'll get to that. But you still got a game in hand, and you still got to play them away from home. Yes,
And they
it
still
might be
got to play games as well, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
They ain't blowing everyone out of the park this season either.
You took and that's the thing. Man City are not blowing no one out of the
No.
park, and it's the amount of errors like and examples today that you see from them
Yeah,
that they
yeah,
keep making. Like, there's still a lot to play for. Don't get me wrong. I don't want you guys to win, but I'm glad that there's a bit more pressure on you guys now, and then the boys now got to show real character and just realize
100%.
this. And I say this is what you want from them. If you want them to continue to win trophies and compete for trophies,
They're going to go through this, bro.
exactly, if they're never in situations like this, how would you know whether they can cope with it or not?
100%.
So they need to deal with this. And yeah, anyway, we'll talk about that aside. In terms of the game itself, let's just talk about the game. What your thoughts on the actual game though? How it played out?
I think it's our blip now, innit? I think every team goes through a blip. I don't think we're not playing how we started the season, innit? So we're not. It's not free flowing. It's not as sweet. It's not clicking on all cylinders, innit? But that's fine. I'm realistic. I played football my whole life. It's fine. There's gonna be games period in the season where 3, 4, 5 games it's not, and then maybe you have to have a regroup, have a recharge, have a meeting with the boys. Let's look at video. Let's look at tape. What was we doing before that we was doing right? Maybe we've got into a habit, or when Thomas gets it, he just peripheral left. Just whip it around the corner, or that left whip around the corner is not there no more because Martinelli's not making that run, or Zinchenko's not coming. And it might just be off by a yard or two, and it's just about sitting down, regrouping, watching tape, watching video. Thinking, okay, cool. Now, let's get all our eggs in one basket, innit? Like everything's not free flowing. Like Martinelli's not free flowing, but Martinelli could point to, I didn't have a good game yesterday. I didn't have a good game against Everton, but then Eddie's not really giving me nothing to. I can't bounce off Eddie.
And I think that's a big
But
part.
if Jesus is here, Jesus comes over to me, and we're able to interchange and stuff like that.
But I said at the beginning of the season, that just watching, if you watch a standard match and you see Jesus' positioning, it benefits Martinelli because he comes in from that left. Like their presence both there either allows like Martinelli to disappear or gives him a bit more space. So Jesus not being there is definitely going to affect his game.
100%.
100%. Just from watching one match with both of them,
100%.
you can see how he benefits from it. So him not being there is going to have its effect. So Arteta might be a situation that Arteta brings Jesus back earlier, not because of like Eddie's not doing well. That actually you bring out something
For the
else
team.
from another player.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Because when I look at us like yesterday, it's just I feel for him sometimes because he's on the left and it's almost like, hey guys, look at me. Like I know everything goes towards B, and I know Zinchenko isn't overlapping me, so he's just coming inside the whole time. So it's just me over here, guys. Look at me, I'm here. And then people are getting onto him that his performances aren't great because his performance yesterday wasn't great and whatnot. But if you look at it on the bigger picture, if KT's playing, I'm not saying KT's a better player than Zinchenko, but everyone has different qualities and different characteristics as a footballer, isn't it? So KT isn't going to give you that inverted go inside and clog up our midfield, but he's going to overlap Martinelli every single time, yeah? So now their fullback or winger has to go with KT, which gives Gabriel and Martinelli a second or two more. He don't get that no more. He don't get that without Jesus not being in the team. So I don't think, and like I said, I don't think Saliba's been great since coming back from the World Cup and whatnot. Aaron Ramsdale again, flapping that stuff yesterday. And like I said, we just can't have 3, 4, 5 players dipping in form in our first 11. People are going to dip in form, it's fine, it's okay. But what I can't have is Martinelli, Saliba, Thomas, Ramsdale to now start going below 8s and 9s out of 10, which all of them were given at the start of the season, isn't it? And that's where you see performances like yesterday, which it's not great. It's not great on the eye. But in saying that, we still went 1-0 up. We should have won the game if it wasn't for fucking VAR. Okay.
Just going. Obviously, Man City is now won today and makes it 3 points behind you now.
Good evening. Couldn't even do anything.
Don't worry, you guys. It will give you.
We got to see him.
Play them
we got to
soon,
see him
innit?
next week, bro.
The next week.
That'll be interesting to see.
We got to see him next week.
Yeah. What are your thoughts going into that? Adi, let me get your insight going into that. As a neutral, I know obviously you want Arsenal to lose anyway, but what is your insight going into that midweek game?
You know, it's one of those games that obviously everyone's been looking forward to for a while. And everyone's expecting a good game back. I won't be shocked if it's a freaking dead game. Everyone's a bit wary. Because all of them haven't been like firing on all cylinders. It might be a situation everyone's trying to feel each other out, not trying to make a mistake. But in me, I expect Arsenal to win. Not going to lie. Because they're home, I expect them to win. And yeah, see how the title challenge goes from there. Also depends on whether Haaland is fit or not. So.
I just don't think Arsenal lose that game. I've watched City even today. I haven't been convinced one bit. I feel like I'm waiting. I'm giving it until the end of this month before I just change my mind and say, okay, cool, Arsenal will win this league. So I want to see if they're gonna
what City can do.
What City can do by the end of this month, because even I'm still not convinced with the win today. I've been watching them for a while now, and it's not the same. It's not convincing. So yeah, I'll give it to the end of the month, and I just don't see Arsenal losing that game because of it's not just so much the game; it's the crowd. Everyone's been looking forward to this game. Do you know what I mean? Like the crowd is gonna be like this. I don't think it will take much for Arteta to get the players up for this game.
Nah, he ain't gonna say nothing.
I don't think he has to say anything.
He ain't gonna say nothing. Yeah.
You know what I mean? The players, that in their wildest dreams, don't think they'll be in this position. And then know winning this game, what it does. And then that's the boost you might just need.
Yeah. 100%.
You beat Man City and then they're back up again. Like now they're going into every game like, okay, cool. We just beat City. We need to keep this going again. So yeah, it's I think it'll be a draw, but I just don't see you lose it. If someone is going to win, I see Arsenal win. I don't see City beating you at the Emirates. I honestly don't see it. I think the best thing for City is for them to just try and see out that draw, because once your crowds get going, it's peak for them. No, I just don't see them winning it. But yeah, if they get the draw and the next, the obviously Champions League is back, Europa League is back, so everyone's gonna have a lot of games in their hand now. So
you guys got a little break, don't you?
We don't play the game.
And the thing is, my worry, obviously, I think you guys will beat City, But if you don't, with the games that you've got in the league after that, it could be a worry because obviously then you've got to compete with dropping points 3 games in a row and then play Villa away and Leicester away. That I've got Maddison back.
Before we play a home game, yeah.
Yeah, could be quite interesting.
100.
Cool. You say?
What for the game? Like I said, because the last 3 performances haven't been brilliant, I just need us to play well. We won't beat City or even get a point if we don't play well. You know what I'm saying? The only saving grace is we're playing a team that will let us play. So we're not playing against a low block. We're playing against Newcastle that are going to have 11 men behind the ball. We're not playing against Everton that's going to root one in. Like Brentford didn't pass out the back once yesterday. Everything, Tony, second balls. Man City not going to do that, innit? So they're going to play. And we're both going to be cat and mouse. We're going to press them. They're going to press us. We're going to try and keep the ball. So we're both of us are going to mimic each other, innit? So what we got to do is in the decisive moments, we take our chances and whatnot. Because we will get chances, innit? We'll get chances. Eddie, Saka, Martinelli, if it's Trossard, whoever, Odegaard. I expect all my players to turn up for this game, innit? And I think the game will allow them to, like I said, because of the opposition we're playing and whatnot. So there'll be time. But we just have to be switched on. I'm with Tom. I don't think we lose the game. If we draw, we draw. We lick our wins and we take the draw. But it'll be fantastic to win it. And I think because of last season when we should have won it against them and lost 2-1 to Rodri, we're closing the gap on them slowly but surely. And I think we are due a win in the league against them. And no better time than to win this week and stop this little rut that we're on. It's not a big one, obviously it's only 3 games, but it's still, we don't want to be dropping points in it. We don't want to be dropping points to Newcastle, Everton, Bournemouth in the title race. We can't. So I think the boys will rise to the occasion. It'd be interesting to see what he does with Trossard and Martinelli, to see what he starts with. I don't think he'll change anything. I think he will still go with Martinelli. I think we'll trust Martinelli, and we'll bring Trossard off the bench for something different. That's what I think he will do, gut instinct. But if he didn't do that, I won't be mad. I want to be interesting to see what Pep does as well. You know, Pep's a tinker man. Yeah. So he's coming to us. Does he go for the free? Obviously, they're always going to play to win, innit? But you know, Pep, if he does that double pivot with Gundogan and Rodri and Bernard and then move KDB's position, then you know he's thinking about the opposition. But if he doesn't move no one, then you know he's just thinking about, okay, cool. This is how we're setting up. But I wouldn't be surprised if because I saw Diaz play today, first start. I wouldn't be surprised if Diaz starts, Laporte starts, Akanji starts, and Ake starts. So he plays his best 4 defensive players. And Rico and Kyle don't even play because he don't want his fullbacks to go because of Saka and Martinelli. So he plays Akanji right back and plays Ake left back and then goes Diaz and Laporte. That's the strongest 4 they could put out defensively. So it'll be interesting to see because it's definitely going to be cat and mouse with what he does. But like I said, for me, fingers crossed we get the win. But let's just play well. We play well. That's the base we have to start from. Play well. That's the base we start from. If we get the win, we get the win. If not, we'll take the draw and we'll go from there.
Cool. Right, cool. We'll get into like this the drama with City a bit later. Let's just move on to the United game.
There's nothing to see here, man. You drew against them, you beat them. Well done, boys. 4 points from 6.
The performance went great. Both games. It was. You know what? It reminded me of like the Ollie days. There was no control in that middle of the park. It was just like, and then we can't sustain putting a few passes together. Today's one was bad though. I'll be honest with you.
I was literally gonna come here and say I'm not talking about.
Was today's performance worse than the Old Trafford performance?
It was horrific.
It was bad.
Today's performance was bad.
It was horrific.
So was it Leeds didn't take their chances? They didn't get chances. It was just a bad performance.
They didn't take their chances.
They didn't take their chances. Made a couple saves.
Yeah. But like literally, as I was watching the match, I was like, "This is literally." I thought I'm wasting my life. As I was watching the game, I was like, "This is so bad." Even when we come this evening, I'm just gonna say I have nothing to say. It was dreadful.
Yeah, it was bad performance.
Dreadful. Luckily, we got the 2 goals, and then obviously it paints over the cracks. But I was just like, shit. Like and I swear, Fred got like man of the match. Barkley's man of the match.
How the fuck did he get?
I think he's arguably one of the worst midfielders that's played for Manchester United. You see the last 2 games, yeah. He's really.
I've been saying this for time,
but you know what he's saying? He does like one good thing.
Well, you know what?
And then he does like 4 or 5 really bad. But you know what he does bad? It's not because he doesn't like Hollywood stuff. It's the basic stuff that he does bad at.
And that's my point, bro. And I was having.
You know what I'm saying?
Same with
him.
And
I think, bro,
he's one of those guys. Yeah,
he's really bad.
He's one of those players that you think that you set a job to do in like every odd match when you're playing like a top team or something like that. He's just not someone that should be playing every week in, week out. He shouldn't even be getting minutes.
It's just a specialist once in a while. But the thing that annoys me was that obviously with Fred, we know his shit, and that's the expectation. But sometimes I'm looking at Bruno, I was like, the problem is I now know that they don't sub you. There's nothing you can do that they're going to take you off.
Was he bad again today?
It was bad. You know what it is with him too as well. Why, and that's why the midfield was so bad, because there's no one that was going to take control. And when you have someone like Bruno that's losing the ball at the time, doing these stupid flicks, and then you have Fred that can't do the basic stuff, right?
That's what pisses me off about him.
And it's like, so, and this is the issue that we had with Oli, is like, then you have the attackers wasting all their energy running back because you've lost the ball. You couldn't, and then Harry made
them. Even Sancho, I couldn't. When they took, I said
you couldn't blame them because they wasn't seeing the ball. Like literally, all you see, you don't see our front players. You don't see them.
Didn't need,
like the cameraman didn't need to move. He didn't need to move. All you're seeing is then Harry would make one stupid crossfield pass, and he did it like 3 times.
I saw one get cut
out.
So
what vexed me, right? So you know when you've watched games.
And what happened? Why did your manager start like that? I was leaving football and I saw the line. I was like, why is Maguire and Shaw starting centre half? And then I saw Varane and Martinez on the bench.
Thinking about Barcelona.
Yeah, he's thinking of Barcelona.
So remember,
but you don't play until Thursday though,
bro. So the first game, right? So I didn't watch the first half because I got back late from work.
Oh, the Old Trafford one,
The Old Trafford one. So second half, I've set myself up, sat down, watching the match, and then the first 4 minutes, we don't leave our 18-yard box, and I literally tell myself, there's no way this passage of play ends without us conceding. Because it doesn't make sense for you to be in that area for so long. And you don't it's just not possible.
And something similar happened today as well in the second half.
It was just continuous. So I was like, oh shit. So obviously they scored. And then we made the sub and things changed.
Yeah, because I thought you guys were really good offers. The last half an hour was really solid.
Made the sub.
Yeah.
So today I was just let me know, like, so I messaged with Said Bakri, and I was like, the only reason why I thought we were going to win today was because I believe Ten Hag would have seen the match and taken away and
done
said,
enough.
This is what we need to change.
Yeah.
And I don't expect the same from Leeds. So that's the only reason why I expected us to win today. And then I saw the lineup. But to me, the big part, or maybe 2 changes I would have made from the
first,
was Weghorst. I would have probably not started him. And then I don't think Darlow was the right back to start
against Nonto.
I thought
Wan-Bissaka.
This is prime him.
For him,
This is prime him. That's what my feeling. And I see the lineup, I'm like, okay, first, I didn't even see the lineup first. I first saw that Darlow was playing. So I was like, I wish that wasn't happening. Then I realized it was totally different. The whole back four was not what I expected. So I'm like, okay, shit, we're in trouble. And it just started off like, we can't control the ball. We're not holding anything. Bruno and Fred are competing to just fuck us up. They are competing to fuck us up. And then it's a bit, so he's trying. Like he's proper trying.
He just looks like, you watch the game and you wouldn't know he's playing.
You wouldn't even know.
Like that's and this is what, I'm not trying to blame him from nothing. Yeah, it's just like, so as a player sometimes, I know you're just getting into this new system, innit? You got like as we showed with Casimro, when they're fucking up, just drop back and just give me the ball. So it's as if like him and Fred was hiding away from the ball. They didn't want it. And you don't want that from your centre. You play centre mid. If I'm a centre back, I'm a defender, and I can't see my centre mid to give the ball to, it's a problem. It's as if they was hiding from it. So it's like, and that's where the problem is. I'm saying, then you get them guys passing to each other. Like, okay, is anyone gonna come pick this up from us?
And that's So that's where I think So when we've gone to Old Trafford a couple of times this season, the thing that I've said was our centre backs get a large number of passes, or our defenders, because literally they just pass it between each other, and until Casimro says fuck it, he jumps back and he takes control of it. So him not being there was a passage of play today that it was like 20-30 passes between right back and the centre backs. It just kept going, and we're not moving forward. We're just going, and it's just absolutely.
That only happens if there's no movement ahead of them.
Movement.
And this that's where Sabitzer, Fred, and them lot come into play. And I'm saying, like, you're a centre midfielder, bro. It's like it's as if they was going hiding. Like, and I said there was same thing at Old Trafford. There was when we played them at Old Trafford today. Like there's times where I didn't even know Sabitzer was on the pitch because I said like it gets to the point where as a central midfielder you're thinking fuck it, like this guy's not taking the piss now.
Give me the ball.
Give me the ball.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
and just play. And
Sabitzer just looked like he wanted to battle because he's working hard. But he looked like he was more up for the battle. Let me recover the ball and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
But to receive it and play, didn't quite look like it. But the first game, that first goal that Rashford scored, it all started from Sabitzer winning the ball and holding it off before it went to the right. So I'm seeing attributes from him that I like, but then it's still looking like the old United midfield where we had Fred, McTominay, and Bruno, where you've got 3 players in the midfield, but it doesn't look like you've got midfield.
Yeah.
So it just looks like a gap. And then Sabitzer and Fred might be in the same position. So now you've got 2 players here, 1 player here, and then that's it. We just got space. Space. And then Bruno's doing nonsense. I've given up with Bruno anyway.
it was a bad watch.
He's got unlimited. He's got unlimited lives. Like they're just giving him unlimited lives because they don't take him off. Because when I was watching, I was like, for the fact that this guy's still on, they've told him that's it.
And to be honest with him, because it's like I feel like he should have even made that decision, taking it upon himself to go and get the ball from the defenders because he wasn't even in the picture as well. It's like the camera, when you see the camera angle, you don't see our forward players.
They just kept coming back.
They just keep, the only time you just see them running back because these idiots are losing the ball. They keep losing the ball, and it just reminds me of the Ollie day, bro. That's
so you can't even comment on Sancho's performance and say whether he done all
right.
Yeah,
you can't.
You didn't really do that.
And to be fair to him, every time he had the ball, he did well. I think there was one that he gave to Bruno,
and he just nonsense.
Yeah, and it was scruffed a shot.
Yeah, no. I can't blame any of those forwards. I can't say anything because
you can't say never say nothing about Marcus.
Okay, no, but I'm talking about in that before the game switched up.
Yeah,
I can't fault anyone.
Yeah, they're not getting it. Yeah, they're not getting it. Yeah.
You guys weren't there. I don't know. The cameraman should have been off.
Yeah.
And that's the issue, and we had before holidays, and that was my biggest concern. And remember, every week I would say that look, the gulf in quality is massive between what we have on the bench and our 3 main players. You know what I mean? And with Bruno, he need them, man. He needs the likes. One thing that the last 2 games showed me is that he needs the Erikson, the Casimro. He needs some sort of level-headed player in that middle of the park in order for him to he's a frustrating player, but we know at times he can provide quality.
Yeah, 100%.
So, and he needs them, and that's the issue. That's the situation. We need to hopefully try and cement that Champions League place this season and try and address that in the summer because it's a bad. Like I'm going into every game now, man. I'm scared.
No, but I think it's obviously Casemiro is missing for 1 more game. And I do honestly believe that once Casemiro comes back in, we'll be fine. So I think Casemiro, Sabitzer, Bruno, it'll all be fine to see out until Eriksen's back. So I think that calming presence of Casemiro will see us through. But while he's not there, luckily we've got another home game.
Yeah.
If not, it's shocking. That's why we don't even need to rest people against Barcelona. We don't need to rest.
Everyone just play.
Everyone just play.
So let me get this right. You lot lost today, right?
No, we won.
Okay, cool. We won. I was just checking. Sorry, guys, if you're confused. They actually won.
No, we won. But it was.
But the positives are the positives for that game.
We got
is
3
points.
Yeah.
Marcus scored again.
Yeah.
And Garnacho, that boy fucking good.
Yeah.
That boy. Fucking good.
He did the business.
He did well.
That near post finish. And you know me, I love all the little things when it comes to football. Forget the goal, forget the run, forget the early finish. I love the celebration when he said. That's confidence. That's a winger, a wide man. That give me the ball. Whenever you get it. If I was him, and I play like anyway, and I'm not that, I wouldn't say I'm a great player, but I always want the fucking football, innit? But it's just because I trust that my ability is going to get me out of danger. He's, how old is he? 18? 18, 19? 19. He looks to me, whenever I watch him, even if it's half an hour, whatnot, just give me the ball.
Yeah.
Just 1 man on me, 2 men on me. Even if it's a bounce pass, I'm going to give me the ball. I want it. And I'm going to go out my fullback and go out my fullback. I just love
and he's
going to
thrive. He's going to thrive because even in the Argentina squad,
even the
they don't have that no more.
Yeah, even the preseason stuff when I heard he had the attitude problem. I don't mind that. I don't mind that. As long as he doesn't go overboard. But I don't mind the fact that I trust my ability. And I thought the finish today was cold.
No, it was
Quality.
good
Finish
Quality,
today was
yeah.
cold. And like I said, I love the celebration, bro.
When I saw the goal, I was like, "Yep, that's Argentina. They're calling you up next round of internationals because he's got something that they don't have. He's gonna beat that man, get him behind the defenders. So, yeah, there are positives, but if you'd looked, we don't get excited over a small bit. We always, even if Bruno scores 10 goals, we'll still pick out the things he's doing bad. But yeah, overall that game today was horrific. But the most important thing, we got the 3 points.
Got the 3 points.
And like as much obviously, and the manager got to give it because he made the right sub on Wednesday. He brought on Palestri.
Yeah.
And then the irony is when we had bloody Wenger's playing before he took him off, they weren't crossing the ball.
And
in.
then as soon as he
As soon as he come off, they started crossing the ball in.
Yeah.
So and he did well actually, Palestri. To be fair to him, when he came on, he did very well. I know Zach today he made a few more subs today. One of them got a goal.
That's right. That's my sorry guys. I see man just scored. So that's my boy. That's my boy.
And that's the thing. Sometimes it's you make that sub not because the player's playing bad, but the person you're bringing on hasn't been in the rubbishness of the game. Because after the game's been so crap, you're into that mood of the game. This person hasn't been in it.
Fresh,
they just come fresh and play their game, which gives you that little boost. Because that gameplay was horrific, man.
But yeah, we got through it anyway, and it's funny because our next 5 games, only 1 game is Premier League. We got
Barcelona twice.
Barcelona twice.
FA Cup.
FA Cup, League Cup final.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, we've got a lot of games coming, and there's only 1 Premier League game that we're playing in.
If it's not for fantasy football, I would have wished bad on Marcus, but I can't wish bad on him. I have fantasy league to win, so I can't wish bad on him.
Now credit to Rashford though, because the boy is on fire.
He's on fire.
He's on fire.
Fire! Someone get a fire extinguisher, bro. Put that boy out, fam.
Even the headers that he's popping up for now is just thinking, yeah. And that's hard work. That's someone that's gone into the lab.
Yeah, no, 100%.
And decided that, you know what, I need to make some adjustment and just work on my game, different aspect of his game. I mean, and it's good, and he's got a manager that accommodates that.
Yeah, 100%.
Which is really good, man.
He's making himself he's making himself an all-round.
Yeah.
Not striker, none of that stuff. Just footballer. Can head it, left foot, right foot, take players on, tap ins. He's making himself well-rounded. So you almost. He has to play every minute of every game because at any given time, if it's a cross, he can head it.
Yeah.
If you got to put it behind the fullback, he can get there. If he's got to stand someone up, he can stand someone up and beat them like he scored against us. And he's just making himself so it's not a one-trick pony. Yeah. Like all I can do, Adama Traore, is put baby oil on me and run. You know what I'm saying? Marcus is like Tom said, he's been in the lab. Okay, I need to get better heading. Yeah. Boom, I'm gonna get better. You lot keep crossing 100 balls in a week in training. I'm gonna head all of them. And keep getting better and keep getting better. And now, seeing the fruits of his labour.
Yeah, 100%.
And whatnot.
And the good thing about it now is just, I think he's got a sniff for goals now. He's always in the right areas to get those goals. Like, even all type of goals, even wants to tap in. I think there was a corner where he just about missed the ball. I think someone headed the ball onto the goal and he just about missed it. So he's just always sniffing around the right areas to get the goals. And that's what it should be like, man. And I just said we just need one of the other guys to like complement his current.
Yeah, that's it.
Form,
yeah.
If we can do that.
Yeah, one of the other 3.
And it's good. We've got options, right? We've got options. If Garnacho's not working, bring on Sancho. If Sancho's not working, you bring on Garnacho. Anthony's injured, but you can bring him on.
Yeah.
So we've got options.
Even for the fact that we went and put on Palestri. And he affected the game very well. Even when I put across for he got the assist for Marcus's goal.
Another youngster that's got some potential. Yeah, whether he stays at United is another thing entirely.
The option is there, and I think he's utilising it, innit? And that's the massive difference between this manager and the previous managers. That a lot of those big name players just felt like they couldn't be dropped. Obviously, Bruno's still there. But and this manager's giving the young boys like a chance. It's letting them know that, look, I might not give you 90 minutes, but you can still play a part in this game, and that's exactly what he's doing. And then Garnacho, the boy, and I think the best thing for him is to have this challenge. You have the likes of Sancho, because it will get better. You get the best out of him because he's going up against like top players. Just to get into the team,
and he wants to play.
And you can tell, but and you can, he's got that arrogance.
I love it.
He's got that. Even when he scores, the way he celebrates.
love it.
Like
I love it.
And it's been from last season. He played at all the ages last season. He played at all the ages, and he stepped up, and it didn't phase him. So that's why I was looking forward to seeing him. I was hoping to see more of him last season, but yeah, hopefully they keep going.
Cool. Let's just round up the other games. The Chelsea one. What are your thoughts? Like the lineup was quite strong though yesterday. You know.
Yeah.
What do you think of the lineup?
What lineup isn't going to be strong,
Bro, three fucking
what's
players.
left?
It's true.
If they do get ticking, that like it's probably too late for them this season.
Yeah, definitely.
They should write off. They should
write off the season. They should
100%.
just focus on trying like.
I was saying right off as in win anything. Like they can still make
they
top
can
four
still
as
win
well.
something.
No, they can't make top
No, I'm
four.
saying they couldn't. They got
top
what
four.
17, 18 games to go. You're saying if it gets clicking, what's clicking?
If the rest of us is turning off our, the problem with that is that everyone else is still playing. It's not just about you.
Yeah,
playing.
yeah,
Everyone
I get
else
it,
is still
I get it,
playing.
I get it.
So I think top four is a bit too.
Too far. Top 6.
Yeah. So maybe like 2 games ago, I would have said they're in with an outside chance. But then you've now drawn to Fulham and then drawn to West Ham back-to-back games. I think it's a bit far for you now.
But when I saw their lineup, I saw Enzo, I saw Noni Madueke, I saw João Felix, Modric.
And Noni's good actually.
Yeah, Noni's a
like
player
him.
though.
I used to watch him at PSV.
PSV. Noni's a baller though.
We know we went for him. United went for him when he left Spurs before he went.
Really?
So he chose
Noni,
PSV
he balls
over
out for
United.
England under 21. He balls out for the 21.
I like him.
And then if they get Reece is fit now, Chile come off the bench. If they get him back, that Badiashile guy, like we said last week, he looks decent.
Yeah.
The partner to Thiago
All
finally.
those people that rejected us, all of them. Everyone.
Nah, well, not. So yeah, man.
Guys, now they look. To be fair to you, I'll be honest with you. The first half, West Ham's goal came out of nowhere. They were balling, Chelsea. They were balling, and they were unfortunate.
I expect them to.
They better.
They
better.
had 2 goals disallowed, but they played well.
And then a big
Felix,
handball shot.
Yeah, Felix. He looks good. He was making good runs. Who else is there?
Modric.
Yeah, Enzo played well as well. Modric,
Yeah.
Frere, and the boy we just mentioned,
Noni, yeah.
Noni. I like him.
He was on fire for PSV.
I like him.
When he left, Ruud was like, "No, like my best players are gone now. Like my best players, two out of the 3 of my best players are gone." So
No, he's good. Well, let's get to the controversial decision again.
Yeah, Thomas Suchek. He turned into second goalkeeper, bro.
I don't know giving that as a pen.
Yeah. He's the goalkeeper. We don't even just spend too long on that. That's a pen, man. Straight all day long, bro.
No, it's just getting shocking.
Pen all day
they
long.
took the easy way out. They took the easy way out for that.
Cool. And then Spurs are back to be Spurs.
Ha!
4-1.
Packed.
I obviously watched Match of the Day, and
Packed.
they were getting smacked.
Madison's back in it.
They were getting
My boy's too good, fam.
no. They were getting punished by Leicester, bro.
And Bentancur being off is a
And
trouble.
to be fair, senior man is
Hey.
balling.
What did I say last week?
Senior man
You hear
is
Nacho.
balling.
He's just showing class. Even the goal that got disallowed.
Allowed.
Hey, he's showing
Bro,
class.
even his goal, bro. His goal for the fact that he
Oh,
checked
no.
in. No, senior man is balling.
Yeah, we're not talking about Leicester. We're talking about Tottenham. We're talking about Tottenham. Like, we have to stay on Tottenham.
And Bentancur's out. I think pretty much because I was worried that one of us would drop out of top 4. Either us or
injured.
yeah, he's injured for the rest of the season.
Oh, you're kidding.
ACL.
Oh, they're in trouble.
So I think they're in trouble.
ACL, shit.
Yeah. So I thought there was a risk of us or Newcastle dropping out the top 4, and I said it was them that are most likely to come
Yeah,
into
you
it.
got
But
them
now,
in your top 4. Yeah,
but now I'm done. I don't. Yeah, I'm not worried about them no more.
Eric
Sorry about
Dyer Bolokul. That's
Nah,
his
it
new
was-
name.
nah, it was
That's his
awful.
new name.
It was,
We no longer call him Eric Dyer here. Eric Dyer Bolokul.
Nah, they were
Oh,
bad.
shit.
Yesterday.
I mean, I don't want to rip. We'll go in there, innit? We'll go in Leicester, innit? So I don't want to
Yeah.
rip them too much.
And
We still
we've
got to play
got
them
them
away.
next
Yeah.
as
We got
well.
them
But
next.
no, but you don't get beat 4-1. Right, this is the worst season Leicester have.
Bro.
You don't go there and get whacked
Bro,
up
Madison
4-1.
Very
back.
well, though. To
Madison's
be fair, they
back
got
to-
some players there.
No, they've always got
that
players.
change-
Remember I said
yeah,
about
No, but
Leicester.
they just got fresh legs and new signings.
But
Tatum
even
did well.
Madison's been injured since, right? And
Yeah.
he's a centerpiece.
Yeah.
Barnes is a quality
Quality
player.
player. Quality
Like
player.
there might be times where he's quiet, but
He's
it does
quality, yeah,
not-
Nacho's quality,
Yeah,
Madison's quality.
they've
You know what I'm
got-
saying? They got players.
When it fits in well, they are a top 6 team. When everything fits in well, they're top 6 team.
Yeah. I think,
Tillerman's a bad boy player.
Bad boy.
Indeed, he didn't even play yesterday, innit? Mendy
He
started.
came on.
Yeah,
Yeah, he came
Yeah.
on.
yeah.
4-1.
When I saw Spurs have scored, I was like, okay. Then it was 2-1. I was like, okay, there's still time. I checked at the end 4. I said, okay.
My flash score didn't even for
Mine didn't flash. mine didn't flash.
So I still thought it was 2-1, and then when I pressed refresh, I'm like,
Bro,
free
my one
now.
was coming in, bro. Oh, bro.
nah, it was not.
Why do they exist as a football club? One day someone's gonna
entertain
tell me.
us, innit?
One day someone's gonna
Entertain
tell
us.
me why Spurs
Alright,
exist. Bro.
cool. So we obviously had the obviously Southampton manager's been sacked.
Yeah,
But
man.
but you can't go down to the opposition can't go down to 10 men. You're winning 1-0
At home?
at home
I lose.
and lose 2-1. It shouldn't be happening.
No, it shouldn't. Unless
Like-
you're playing Man City, it shouldn't be happening.
That shouldn't be happening.
Nah, man,
it shouldn't be
Good
happening.
riddance to him, man. How long was he there for, bro?
Yeah.
Like,
It was too big a job for him. Like, you could see from the first, I think he was there, 2 months? But from the first game where man's saying, oh, put that blame on me, that lost to me. Shut up. Well, you've played one game. So you could see, like, even if I'm not saying he's
then he
he's
had
not
an interview.
competent.
Then he had like a press conference where he said like he's one of the best
He's
managers
one
in
in
Europe or
Europe, all
something.
that.
And then
I checked.
I knew it was a slippery slope from there.
Yeah,
man.
I've listened to it. So that's so you can see the pressures getting to it.
Yeah.
But from the first interview, you could see that this guy is out of his depth. I'm not saying he's not a competent coach.
Yeah.
But in terms of the mental, obviously Tom speaks about it a lot that, okay, you can be good, but can you handle the pressures of the Premier League, the egos and all of that stuff? And I just think it was a bit too much for him.
Got
So.
smacked up, bro. See you later, bro. See you at the job centre. Him.
At least
Frank.
he carry some cash quickly. Carry 2 months
He's
of
got
Premier
friends at
League
the job
cash.
centre. Him, Steven, Gerrard, Frank Lampard. He's got mates there, bro.
Go for drinks.
Yeah.
Alright, cool.
bro.
The last I touched on 2 more games. It's just Newcastle won and drew again. How many games did Newcastle drew this season?
Enjoying a bit still.
I said it last week. I said I feel as if we caught them. This final is going to be at the right time because I don't think they're firing on all cylinders. Obviously, they might put it's a final, so they might put all their
Of course,
energy.
and they're
into
going
it.
to. They ain't won a
Yeah.
trophy in like 50 years.
But from the last few weeks, I've seen that they're not everything. They're not giving everything. They're not. The performances are dropping a bit. So yeah, I don't mind that. If we can also create a little gap for that top 4 as well, I'm here for it.
And that's why, like, I just feel like all these games, especially when teams are dropping points, like they're critical, like for us to get maximize like the points and try and build a gap, because like the last stretch of the season is not going to be easy. But you know what it's like.
Yeah,
People are going to be fighting for relegation. The game is going to be There'll be a battle to get points in those games. So if you can capitalize whenever they are dropping points, like we need to make the most of it anyway.
I don't think there's nothing to panic with Newcastle. I think inside Newcastle, I don't think there's nothing to panic with Eddie Howe, all the players. For me, I expect them to, the points they've amassed, if you had said before the start of the season, these are the points that Newcastle will have at this stage, you'd be like, right, they're having a really, really good season then.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
100%.
saying? And the fact that it's a newish team, not new, it's a newish team, it's a newish manager, and when they still haven't finished the whole season together as a unit and whatnot. So I expect them to have a little problems, but we expect them to go again in the summer. We expect them to have another season,
100%.
another good season next season. But I think wherever they, as long as they finish top 4, whatever points they finish, and whatever games they draw, lose, whatnot, finish top 4, great season for them.
As long
finish
as
top 4?
they
Yeah.
yeah.
They're going shopping
and
this
their
summer,
blip
bro.
is they're drawing games. Their blip isn't
They're not losing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
And
which is
yeah,
massive.
because they're further
Yeah.
away from Newcastle
Yeah.
than they were at the beginning of
Which
the
is
weekend.
massive.
So.
And to Eddie Howe's credit, because I think Eddie Howe's a top manager. I thought he was a top manager at Bournemouth. I think he should be England's next manager anyway. To his credit, he hasn't, in his mind, he will tell you he has not put his best 11 out this season. His best 11, which is Callum Wilson through the middle, Isak down the side, Joe Litton, Bruno, Joe in the middle and whatnot with the 2 fullbacks in the centre half. He hasn't been able to put that out yet and whatnot. So, and then probably got Anthony Gordon now, who probably want to play in his best 11 as well. So credit to him, right? Doing a great job there, man.
Cool. Let's just finish up on
And Amir on squad.
Almiron scored.
Let's finish up on the Man City conundrum this week. You guys up to date with like what's happening?
Yeah.
Just for the listener, in a nutshell, to give you a bit of context, I think it all started off from like a Portuguese actor. So he was looking into like football. I don't know, for somehow he got into like the system of like a lot of football.
We're going to
clubs.
emails, yeah.
Oh, fam, when you're bored, you do stuff.
Yeah,
innit?
so he got into it. He passed it on to like a German newspaper or something along that. They published it, and from then prompted UEFA to act. UEFA obviously did, but But I think with UEFA they have like a stipulation where
There's a
time limit. Whether
limit,
if it's
so
longer than 5
statute of
years,
limitations.
they can't really go. They can't investigate or charge them for it anymore. So they got away with it. But I think ever since then, the FA has been looking into it, and 4 years asking Man City for some details. And yeah, and then now they'll come to the conclusion that they've breached over 100 FA rules, which is mad. Hundreds, like that's crazy. But what do you think is gonna happen? Because I think from my perspective, I think this is probably what's gonna happen. I think Man City are basically saying that how they're gonna prove that a lot of this evidence is real, because someone's gone into their file. How do you prove this email is actually real? That's what I gathered from it.
Yeah, but it's the financial aspects really, and that you can prove it. Like the talking
there's
between
a trail,
each other,
innit?
yeah, the financials have to be. They have to be real, right?
Yeah, you're inflating your numbers.
They have to be real.
Yeah.
So 1 has to be 1 and 3 has to be 3. So I think that aspect of it, they're gonna have to show some support.
Yeah, it's gonna take a long time. The case is probably gonna take
Another couple of years, a year
I
or
don't
two.
think it's gonna be decided anytime soon.
Because it'll happen, and then they'll appeal it. So it's still gonna take a little while.
And then you know what? Even before this all came out, when I saw like the financials, like Man City generated a lot more money than everyone else. How is this happening? Like, how the hell are you generating so much more than like
United?
United.
I did question that. As soon as I saw them, first thing that came to my mind was, have you seen you're actually at the size of United now? That was the first thing that came to my mind.
I saw that
That's
even
the thing,
before this came
crazy.
out. That's the first thing that popped to my mind. How are you generating? And then it the thing is, I swear, Etihad, the guy that his cousin or something like that owns Etihad. So if you think about it, this is how they can easily manipulate the numbers. If your cousin, whatever, is the one that owns Etihad, you can say rather than paying 100 million that in sponsorship, whatever it is, I'm paying them 300 million for it. How do you argue?
That's
that?
always been the case. But obviously I work in the tax world.
Yeah.
There's a thing called transfer pricing, where it's meant to be comparable to what someone else will charge you when you're doing it between connected parties. So as much as you inflate it, it can still be incorrect, right? So I think that's what they're going to go down the route of. How did you just get to this number?
Okay, like
if this person wasn't connected to you, would they give you?
Would you get it for this rate?
Would you get it for this rate?
Okay.
So I think there are a lot of areas of that, and sometimes they just hid information, or they've said, a manager's getting 50k a week, but actually they're paying them separately in a different way. Right. But actually that's still part of the remuneration, but you're putting it on the side. So I think there are a lot of things. I don't know whether they're guilty or not, but I don't think they're gonna suffer much from it. As soon as I read it, I was like, cool. And then it was after a while people started making big noise about it. I said, okay, maybe I'll read about it a bit more. I was just like,
yeah, no, because when people was making noise, I read about it a bit more, and it's just, as I said, it flagged up to me anyway. When the financial came out, and I recognized that they generate more money than everyone. I'm like, what's going on here, bro? Like, it's just like that. But yeah,
well, people are getting hopeful with all that. Oh, we'll win the trophy from that. Shut up. They'll face your front. You're not winning shit. They're not taking anything off them.
They're not taking anything. It'll be interesting to see what, if they do get, found guilty of it, and what the repercussions.
I reckon it'll be a points deduction.
You reckon points?
In the season that they find them guilty, I think they'll give them a points deduction. Like the way Juventus got that 15 point this season, I think it'll be something similar.
Yeah, it's definitely not going to be over this season anyway.
Yeah,
so it'll probably be like next season or the season after. Something like that. I don't think it'll be this season. What's your thoughts on it?
I could care less, bro. I'm a football fan, bro. I'm just here to watch football, bro. My business with numbers, if they're inflating it, not inflating it, still paying Mancini, not paying Mancini. Doesn't affect my club. Pep says they're innocent until proven guilty. He said he's not going nowhere. He believes his club has done nothing wrong, and we'll all watch the investigation. Like everybody, if they're found guilty, whatever happens to them will happen to them.
I'll watch out for the update, and that's about it. I'm not losing sleep over it.
As long as my club is not doing anything silly, that's what I care about, bro. All right. Good luck to them, bro.
Cool. Thanks, people. Thanks for listening. Please make sure you subscribe, follow us on Instagram, Twitter, all the good stuff. Comment on our pages, and we'll reply back. Until next week, be out.
Peace.
Peace.